Hi everyone, my name is Zoe and I just wanted to quickly share with you a potential novel that I think would be really great for the Year 7 English cohort. So here I have, a young adult novel Deadly Anna by Australian author Philip Gwynn. I think it's really important for Australian students to study Australian authors in some capacity, and this text is really wonderful because it has really accessible language, nice short chapters, a young male protagonist, and a lot of the novel itself actually focuses on AFL, which I thought would be really, really great for Class A since they're all extremely sports focused, but also really great just for the Year 7 cohort as a whole since we are obviously a very sports focused school. So the novel itself deals with a lot of racism, discrimination, and stereotyping that occurs in a small South Australian town between the town's white majority and an Indigenous community that lives in a nearby mission, which obviously there's a lot to talk about just there in itself. After spending a bit of time analysing how the Indigenous perspectives are presented in the text, I personally think it's done in a reasonably authentic way, in spite of the fact that the protagonist is white, and it nonetheless opens up discussions with students about how Indigenous perspectives are presented. The author spends a lot of time contrasting white family relationships with Indigenous family relationships, and ultimately really builds the sense that there's a lot of substance and a lot to be admired in Indigenous culture. So this text could really be used to promote intercultural understanding and those ideas around different cultures having value and meaning even though they might not be our own cultures. We, of course, obviously get that Indigenous culture cross-curriculum priority and get to build a bit of empathy in our students just through exploring those things in the text. There are some moderately adult themes in the text, including some swearing and the shooting death of a main character. So I suppose this is really one of those things where you need to know your learners quite well and make those calls on whether this is appropriate for their maturity levels. I really do think this is a great text for our school, and I chose it for Class A because obviously we have a lot of different cultures and backgrounds in our school in general, and I think this is just a really good text to get students really thinking about those racial and cultural issues that might stem purely from being perpetuated, I guess, from one generation to the next, and how we can decide to sort of break free of that if we just decide to see the similarities that we have with each other rather than just the differences. The novel really does centre on that and really shows that once you do see how much you have in common with someone, then you start to also appreciate the differences and see how valuable they can be. So have a read of it if you can. Let me know what you think and if you think it'll be a good fit for your class. And thanks for watching.